Oh, man. By the way, anytime we have somebody in the studio like this, I always got to try to make myself seem tougher than I am. So
Is it working?
If you would have heard beforehand, I'm like talking jujitsu beforehand to this guy. I know nothing about jujitsu. I'm just saying that. In studio with us this morning is a sensation, a local sensation that. First off, before I do the big intro and tell everybody your name, how many followers do you have on TikTok? What do you have?
We have 1.1 million.
1.1
We love
million!
to see
Is that
it.
unbelievable?
We love
That's
to see
unbelievable.
But we had 2.8 million at one point, less than 3 months.
Wait,
Did you get your...
you had 2.8 million and then now you're down to 1. What happened?
Someone took our TikTok temporarily about a year.
Oh, wow.
We finally got it back, but we couldn't get our followers back.
You couldn't get it back. Commander Dale Brown in studio with us this morning. If you ever have been wanting to learn how to protect yourself in a world that's crazy, I just read this, by the way. I actually pulled this up here on my thing. So the world is crazy. People are all stressed out because of the inflation going on, and they're saying that violent crime, mass shootings, and carjackings are at an all-time high right now. So what a perfect time to be you.
Absolutely.
What a perfect time to be a badass. No, but nobody's carjacking you, right?
No.
If they do, what happens?
I'll just give them the car.
Really?
I'll get more. I got a bunch of cars. You can have one of them.
I'll take your keys. I'll just take them now.
It's a gas guzzler. Hummers are gas guzzlers. You don't want one.
But that's my favorite part of when I see your TikToks and people stitch or or your Instagram, where we were just talking about in studio, where they'll try and repeat your self-defense move, and then they show them all of a sudden in heaven, like, oh, that didn't work out so well.
Yes, and then I go to heaven with them. Did you see that?
Yeah.
We brought the comedians in from. There's guys from California, Chicago, L.A. They came from everywhere. They came from down south, and we flew them in. They came in, and we did the same reenactments, but I went into heaven with them. and before that, I made them do the tactics for real, though. So they actually gunned his arms for real.
So first off, how did you start, and how did you become a sensation? What was it?
27 years ago, I started helping families in the east side of Detroit defend themselves against violent criminals because one was chased off a bridge in 1995. Oh, and I thought if I was on that bridge or if I had someone trained on that bridge, they could have stopped this woman from being yanked out of her car, chased and had her clothes stripped off her, and she literally jumped off the bridge to save her life. And it didn't work because she couldn't swim and she was just trying to survive these 3 men, giant men who were attacking her. My point was, if I had someone on that bridge that was trained, if anybody was on that bridge, it could have saved her. And so from that point forward, I became committed to one thing, which was getting people in a position to protect themselves and people to protect their neighbors and keep people alive and safe.
What Detroit neighborhood did you grow up in?
No, I grew up in Ann Arbor.
Oh, in Ann Arbor.
Right.
Okay.
So I didn't know anything about this. I mean, I went to
It's a very violent place.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's actually it can be very violent, but it can also be very peaceful if you create a place of safety. And the way they do that is by protecting the people like you would your family. Yeah. So you just protect people against violence.
That's an interesting question. I want to go back to that for 1 second. You assume Ann Arbor, there's affluence there. You got the university and all that stuff there. You assume that these places are safe places. No place is a safe place, right?
Well, theoretically, that's right. And statistically, the FBI says that according to their data, you can be a victim no matter where you live in the United States, period. Yeah. So it's the same. It's just that we see it more in cities because that's where, and I actually asked CNN, because we did some stuff with some of the reporters from CNN, and I actually asked the producers, why do we see all this crime from cities if the majority of crime in your state doesn't come from the city? Mm-hmm. And they said, to be honest with you, it's because that's where the big TV stations are, period. Mm-hmm. So that's where people, and they said that's where people are interested. They don't want to know about what happened in some small town in Michigan. They want to know what happened in Detroit. That's basically it. Yeah. Right? And Detroit projects all over, all the radio stations here, all the TV stations project to millions of people. And so if you look at the reverse, there's no way to get small town information to your city.
Yeah.
Because nobody really cares.
Is your background? I mean, we call you Commander Dale Brown. What is your How do you get the commander part?
I created that.
Oh, okay. So
I love it.
guys,
I commissioned
you,
you.
you dress, I mean, you dress like you're a cop or something like that.
No. This is not police uniform at all.
No, it's what is
a
it?
vest.
Totally
By the way, is that a watch that you're
Tactical
wearing?
vest.
This is a super watch. That
What
is
the
correct.
hell? You look like you look like.
Can you call
should be
Captain
from
America on that thing?
I could. I can also video record. I can actually video conference.
What?
with it.
What is?
On
It's
this-
the biggest
on this
screen I've
camera
ever
phone.
seen. That
It
screen's the
is.
size of a phone screen.
It's like an iPad on your wrist, and it's actual own phone. It's waterproof. It does video calls, and it works.
Who makes that?
Well, we sell them, so you can go to our website and you can find out.
Holy
from there.
crap,
Oh,
Commander!
nice.
Dale,
Yeah,
this guy.
we love to see
Yeah.
him plugging his product.
I love that.
Always ready.
Now,
All right.
people might not. It's so funny because people might not immediately recognize the name, but you've seen this guy. You've seen him
Yeah.
in videos with Snoop and Rick Ross and ODB and
How did that
2
start?
Chainz, and like, how do you connect with these guys?
I love TikTok.
Well, it turns out that in the internet space, a negative can become a positive. So Snoop Dogg was sharing our videos, and I got a chance through Mikey Eckstein to have contact with him through DJ Ski. And I asked on FaceTime if he could let me come out to his place and demonstrate our gun tactics, our disarms in person.
Yeah.
And he allowed it. And for 4 hours, we did disarms with Snoop Dogg, knife, gun, shotgun,
Wow.
revolver, and he was blown away. And now he's talking about he wants to do a TV show and some other things because
amazing.
he found it was amazing. He thought that this would be great information that could actually save lives. And
How
that's our-
stoned was he when you saw him? Was he stoned?
It's hard to say.
Yes, the answer is always
Was
yes.
probably living well.
So you are a badass. My wife actually was who pointed me out to you, but my wife's a badass too. My wife, man, she packs. I mean, I can't. Look at me. I mean, you think that I can carry anything like a weapon like that? I'd shoot
you
my
are a
foot.
weapon. You are a weapon.
I am. I
He's a
am.
weapon.
Like bigger than
After
9 out of 10
Taco
humans.
Tuesday, he's a weapon.
I'd say humans are smaller than you, so automatically you look like a weapon already.
Listen, I'm like the proverbial Barney Fife of life. All right, so there's no way that I could do it.
You have the voice of power. When they hear
thank
your voice,
you.
they're gonna be scared.
Thank you.
Right there.
Stay away from me.
That's it right there.
I'm over here like, stop, guys.
So, okay, we talked earlier this morning. Megan was talking about how her cars in her neighborhood are getting broken into, and we've talked numerous times to listeners of ours that have had, break-ins at home and things. So, can you give us like a quick thing? Like I thought it was interesting when I said to you about a carjacking. You're like, yeah, give them the car. I mean, is that the first line of self-defense? Is
Absolutely,
don't sit there
100%.
and fight over it's your life that's more important?
Oh, obviously, yes. But unfortunately, there's a misconception that somehow violent criminals with guns can be trusted. And that's why we teach gun disarms, because unfortunately, you can do everything the violent criminal says to do, and you can still lose your life because they're bad people. So there's no guarantee they're going to let you live just because you complied.
Okay.
In fact, you could probably say that 99% of the people that were murdered last year, they complied, and they still died.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really?
So they don't care. They don't.
Okay, so can you show where are we live on TikTok right now?
We're on TikTok. Yes, Mojo in the Morning TikTok.
Could you show Megan a quick
Commander
and
Dale Brown
simple
with us.
disarming if someone's got a gun
Yes.
and she realizes, oh my God, this is not a curling iron?
Yes.
How did
I'll show you a very, very important principle. This can save.
First of
your
all, he's unloaded, right?
These
There's
are
no
all
6 friends in the
air.
cylinder
These
here.
are
We're not
air.
gonna. Okay.
life. You only shoot air.
Oh,
Little warning.
it's like going to the doctor, the eye doctor.
Yeah,
I
but-
got the poop test.
Good looking.
But
gun.
Alec Baldwin told us there's only air in there
Yeah.
too.
No,
Like we're
Yeah.
They shoot bullets. These are only shoot air.
yeah.
Okay. So when you're faced with this kind of a weapon, it's a very simple principle. Watch this. Put your hand right here.
All right.
Yep. Now, no matter how strong a person is, if she pushes that barrel away from her, she can control that.
Oh my
Because I'm
God.
strong.
Look at her
Because
go.
I'm strong. Because I'm strong.
She is a badass
Do it with
bee.
your finger too. If you just put your finger out. Yeah. That's
Oh.
enough to stop.
Ah!
Wait a second. As simple as grabbing the
Yes,
barrel
Yes.
to push it away. You want to try it, Spike?
Call me
Watch this.
She-Hulk.
Put 2 hands on it. Put 2 hands.
Two hands on it.
Push it towards me.
Can't see that.
Mm-hmm.
That's leverage.
Yeah.
That
One
is.
principle.
See, Megan, you've been using your middle finger the last 10 years. You just need that pointer finger.
I got
That's
to
what
be
they
honest.
remember. Just grab the barrel and push it away from you and your family. And also, whenever you
And it's not the first thing you'd think of. Most people cower and try and get away from the gun.
Yes.
You got to get closer to the gun and move that barrel out of the way.
because they're going to get close to you. No
Okay.
one with a gun is scared of people without a gun.
Yeah,
that's
right.
not how that works. Except on comment sections on the internet.
Right.
in real life,
Everybody's
people
gonna tell you you're
with
doing it
guns are
wrong.
Very close to you. One of the reasons they're very close to you is because that's how they control you. That's how they search for weapons. It's kind of hard to put someone, in a trunk of a car if you're not actually putting them in the trunk of the car.
Can I ask you?
Everything's really close.
Can I ask you just
Yes.
An ADD question on my part? You're still wearing that little earpiece microphone thing in
Yes.
your ear while you have the headphones on.
Yes, it's bone conduction.
Is that it?
This is bone. It's not actually my ear. And the reason for this is to let people know that you should never wear, for your own safety, unless you're in your house or some other controlled environment, anything in your ear. This is outside the ear. It's open ear.
Really? So like,
Ah.
walking down the street, exercise, and doing that stuff.
Still talking on the phone in stereo, but it's through the bones of your face.
So it's
there's
not an
nothing in your ears.
AirPods that have
Correct.
noise cancellation.
So
You can actually hear perfectly.
in the city, my son goes to college in city of Chicago, and he was telling me about his friend that got robbed. Basically, he was walking down the street with his phone and he got attacked. That's a common problem that you see sometimes, where people are just oblivious to it.
And also, you can't hear commands from police officers. There was a lady that was riding her bike near police, and he was giving her a command. It was like a college campus. And she was looking down and riding her bike, and she couldn't hear the officer. So that became a problem.
Do you sell that thing on your website too?
I sure do.
This guy.
What about the gloves?
The gloves. Do you sell the gloves on?
We do sell the gloves.
Yes.
I want the gloves.
That's very important.
Dude, those are the coolest damn gloves.
They're tight. They're also,
but
for us, it's a safety feature, so you're not, cutting your hands on the weapons. But also, we do things where if your life's in danger, you don't box people.
Yeah.
That's a sport. If your life's in danger, you're going to grab eyes, you're going to grab throats, you're going to reach in to areas to cause great pain and suffering.
Yeah.
And you don't want to
on
just
a
get your
person
hands
to hurt
dirty when you grab their nuts, right? You want to keep it sterile.
Okay, that's also a good point.
Commander Dale Brown with us right now. You can watch us on TikTok right now as we speak and learn some self-defense. You got another self-defense
Yeah, absolutely.
thing? What else
Very
you got?
important, Prince. Watch this.
It's a
Someone
knife
has a
one.
knife. To open their hand, to get the knife out of their hands, you take your hand, push on the side of the blade, and it comes
Oh,
right
wow.
out.
You almost took my thumb off. Oh, my Lord.
Wait, do it again. Do it again. Do
You
it
should have
again.
just said, please. I would have given you the knife.
No, I saw his reaction. I'm not doing
I
it.
can't text anymore now. Look at that.
If you want to go viral, you'll lose your thumb. I'm just
There are
saying.
ways to open hands.
Wow.
Fist. If you make a fist right now.
No. It's Megan's turn.
All right,
It's
all right,
Megan's turn.
I'll do it.
Make a fist.
All
You
right.
don't open the person's hand instead of trying to figure out if you're stronger than that person.
Yeah.
All you do is press the tip of the thumb in.
Oh my
Oh.
God.
Oh
Wait,
my.
you barely touched it, and it hurt.
Yes.
Now
because
neither of us
you're
can
not
hitchhike.
injured. So you don't want to hurt people. So even though you are able to sometimes legally justify the use of force and injury, it's better if you don't. Remember, you're legally responsible for any injuries. So that means you can be
Even if they
sued.
attack you?
That's correct. A lot
Wait.
of people don't realize that you have to
Really?
pay for those
Wow.
injuries in many cases.
Where did you push on my thumb? Because I want to know.
Just the very tip and towards the second joint. And what you're doing is biomechanically
Oh.
creating that pain.
Wow.
So it doesn't
That's
matter how big
crazy.
and strong they are. You can open
Watch
their
this
hand.
video. Seriously, watch it on TikTok. I
You also have a
love.
book.
You're doing a book signing,
Yes,
right?
yes, the book signing at Brighton at the Freedom Academy.
Freedom Academy, and it's when is this? The 12th. What date is that? Is that Saturday?
Yes, sir.
So Saturday, Freedom. What time?
12 noon. And there you get a book. It's signed, and also you get 4 hours of tactics.